If just distributing food in the corona times, over 50% of the villages in Uganda didn't receive the relief food. The affected villages, by the way, they didn't receive the relief food from the government. Then how sure are we? Food it was a matter of life or death, because when people can starve to death because everything was locked down, no working, nothing. So how are we going to be satisfied that the government is going to be able to distribute the radios to the different villages? Hello good people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Erina TL. I travel and I do tour and travel, put in culture, but due to the pandemic I'm not able to travel around, so I mostly do lifestyle vlogs and then discuss topics here and there that affect us all, on those where I can collect your opinions, because every opinion counts. And that's exactly what I do. So welcome to today's vlog. My main point of interest today is us talking about the Electoral Commission of Uganda wanting to digitalize the campaigns, because of course we know all what has been happening. We need social distancing. Yes, that is with the whole pandemic in place. So to follow the Ministry of Health guidelines of social distancing, the normal rallies of political campaigns cannot be tolerated. So the Electoral Commission came up with an idea of digital, or call them virtual campaigns, which are mainly going to be via media. When I say media, it encompasses TV, radio, social media platforms and all that. These are national campaigns, what I'm talking about, because they said there is no room of extending the elections, which is good. So we all know that citizens have a right to exercise to participate in choosing the leaders that they want to, they resonate with. So the Electoral Commission in Uganda came up with an idea that they should be digital. We also have to remember that the results of the elections are only as good as the process. So if the processes are not good, that means we are not going to have the right results. Why am I saying this? I, for one, I really don't think Uganda is ready for digital campaigns or media campaigns. Campaigns only through radio, TV, and social media platforms. First and foremost, there is a tax, OTT, over the top tax, that is imposed on all users of social media. That means that alone limits people, a group of people, a number of people who can't pay the social media tax from accessing or getting to hear the views of those people they would want to be their vision bearers. So leave the social media tax alone. Not everyone is on social media. I've just started with social media. Not everyone is on social media. Not everyone is on Facebook. Not everyone can join a YouTube live. Not everyone can join an Instagram live. So that means still a group of people are cut off. They can't get to know the views of those people they believe in. Next, leaving alone social media platforms. When it comes to TV, of course TV, not all people have electricity in Uganda. That's a limitation. Not all people have electricity in Uganda. Even if some who have, they don't have the TVs, they don't have the radios. Imagine in Uganda, there are still places whereby a family doesn't have a radio. They have to move to the village center to catch up with the news. And then you're going to tell me such people will conveniently follow up the online rallies of the political leaders, all the people aspiring for leadership. I'm giving my opinions. Feel free to share your opinions in the comment section below. Not everyone has a radio. I'm telling you the truth. Leave alone, you people. Not everyone in Uganda can afford a radio. That means a majority of people are going to be cut off from this whole session of participating or comparing the views of different people to really elect someone who resonates or someone who will be a vision bearer for you. A lot of people are cut off. And besides that, from the side of the people electing, let's look into the side of the candidates. Being on TV is money, being on radio is money, social media is still money. You could use, okay, prominent bloggers and all that for video influencers, but that is all money. So I feel there is a danger that the aspirants that are not ready to inject in as much money, we all know the dangers that comes from that, are not going to have an audience. They're not going to have a platform to share their views. Before we would, the dangers. The more they inject in money in these campaigns, it is the more they're going to steal and have their money back. Honestly speaking, that's the more they will steal to have their money back. So, just to emphasize more, these people who have limited monetary resources will not be able to have adequate platforms to express their views, so they will not be heard. So those who have more will be added more, because they'll afford TV, they can afford radio, they can afford to pay bloggers to talk about them, and all social media influencers. But then there are those politicians who can't afford that, but they have a true vision. Not in the know that they really can't afford media, but there are better things to do than spending it all on a TV that is going to give you only 5-minute session in a day. Yet, compared to what rallies would cost, I feel this is going to be more expensive. And besides, we have a few radio stations in Uganda. How many people are going to be elected? We have the presidents, they all have to talk. Each district has a member of parliament, is represented in the parliament. Each district and each constituency. So districts have a women member of parliament. No, it's each constituency has a representative in the parliament. So parliament alone is so small for them. So what makes us think that we have enough radio stations and enough TV stations to really host them all? And with the limited days of campaigns, how is this going to be done? I'm just thinking out loud. I was thinking this over. I'm like, okay, why not think it over in a video? Okay? And so there was news going around that the government is planning to buy radios for people so that they can catch up with the media campaigns and all that. But how effective is that going to be? How efficient is it going to be done? If just distributing food in the corona times, over 50% of the villages in Uganda didn't receive the relief food. The affected villages, by the way, they didn't receive the relief food from the government. Then how sure are we? Food it was a matter of life or death, because when people can starve to death because everything was locked down, no working, nothing. So how are we going to be satisfied that the government is going to be able to distribute the radios to the different villages? Guys, I'm just thinking out loud. I'm not negating what the Electoral Commission is trying to say, but I'm trying to bring in all these different aspects in life. So do you really think media campaigns, Uganda has gone to a level of appreciating and having media campaigns being effective and efficient for us to get the views and to choose visionary leaders? I do not. In my opinion, I do not think so. Because of the reason I've given, the various reasons I've given, I do not really think so. The whole process is only going to favor a few categories of politicians, and they will be the ones heard, and probably they are not as visionary as we need them to be. And so people will only elect from those they have heard. The few people who have heard will elect from those few they have heard from. Yet there are a lot of brilliant leaders we've heard that have impacted our societies, even when they didn't have much. They didn't spend much money in the campaigns, but they impacted us a lot. On the other side, what has been happening in Uganda, during campaign times is where people's votes, people are bribed to vote. Or let's say their votes are bought for only a kilogram of sugar or a packet of salt and matchbox. A kilo of rice, people have been bribed with a piece of soap, not even a bar of soap, a piece of soap to vote. So I feel, and there in the villages, people will say, I'll only vote he who gives me something. But I feel that is like selling your vote. What if it's an ineligible person affording to share the whole village to give them a bar of soap? He's only giving you a bar of soap for a day. What of the whole year? Is he going to keep providing to your family? So that's what people don't look at. So these campaigns, maybe the only beauty I'm finding in them is the fact that it's going to limit those things of giving salt, distributing that cheap popularity. Yes, politicians in the campaign eras are known for cheap popularity. They're everywhere, on funerals, on what. Imagine we are mourning and a funny politician is there asking for votes from honest. Dude, oh my God, no. And I hate them campaigning on funerals. I don't like them. So at least we are going to be saved. Our funerals will be safe. A wedding, we shall not have weddings where politicians are standing up and asking people for votes instead of coming to celebrate with us. That is an advantage. Which other way are they going to do? With a point of bribing with, maybe this time they're going to be buying votes with data bundles. Data bundles and going to be buying votes with data bundles. Those who can afford to buy TVs for their supporter, but then you're going to buy a family TV. Are you going to buy for the whole village TV? So let's see how it goes. But there is something that has been happening in Uganda whereby taxpayers' money is taken, and during campaign time they give them in a way of bribing them. I remember when Bobiwine was coming into power, he told the ghetto kids, of course I know they're going to bribe you to vote otherwise. Take that money because that is your money, it's taxpayers' money, but do not let it pollute your mind. Receive it, use it, chew it, but make the right decision. Remember, they're not favoring you, they're just giving you from what is yours. It's taxpayers' money. So that's what Bobiwine was telling them. And at some point, I feel I want to argue with them. Of course, with him, I argue with him, of course. But then there is when you can't really bend so low for money and sell off your integrity. Or only maybe what I have to say is that social media influencers should be excited. They should be excited because if it's job, it's going to be job. I know there is a lot of bribery that is going to go on. There is a lot of dirty work that's going to go on, because if politicians can pay people, do not air this one's adverts. So how much more are they going to do it on social media, on media houses? Do not allow so and so to come and talk on your TV. Do not allow so and so to come on your radio. And so I think social media influencers are going to have a very big opportunity in here. Yes, first of all, supporting, rallying behind rights that leaders believe in. Now, there are those who are on social media not to really necessarily influence positively, but they are there for money. Those two are going to make a lot of money because every politician will yearn to have a platform. And if once you build your platform, you'll be able, you'll ask for whatever money you want. I know most of you are on social media and money is priority over positively influencing society. So you guys have an opportunity. So if like 3 politicians are lining up and they're like, oh my God, I want I would like to go live on your channel because you have an audience. So that is a bonus for the social media influencers. But is it right? Who am I to judge whether it's right or not? I'm just thinking out loud. So imagine Facebook influence. Actually, what happened? Some rumors have been going around that as to why the first son of Uganda came out to support bloggers and vloggers in the COVID times. If you don't know, yes, one of the prominent Facebook bloggers, Ashbag Kato, in Uganda, posted on social media that even bloggers need support now that they don't have content and all that, so they need support. And the First Son in Uganda came out and supported content creators in a way. So rumor is going around that, oh, he's trying to buy their favor on his side so that during the campaigns, whatever he desires, the social media influencers will help him communicate that what he's desiring. That is a rumor. It is not confirmed, but it's just a rumor. Yeah, so that is what is taking place in Uganda. So tell me in the comment section below, do you really think media campaigns or social media campaigns or virtual campaigns are the way to go in the pandemic times or the COVID times in Uganda? Because there is no room for extending elections. They have to happen, but how best? So do you agree that they will be effective? Give me your views in the comment section below. I highlighted for you the various points for me as to why I think it can't work. Yeah, so help me share your views in the comment section below. It's been your girl Erina TL, thinking out loud, and feel free to share your views. So, and don't forget to tell a friend, to tell another friend, to tell another friend to come and check out Erina TL. See you in the next vlog.